is going on, everyone? Hope you are doing great tonight. I'm just doing a little impromptu live stream to check out some of these new elements that I have for my live streaming setup here. If you watched my last video, I was really inspired by some creators over at Creator Camp from ECAMM and decided I wanted to spiff up my show a little bit, or just when I go live, because I don't really have like a dedicated show, but oftentimes when I do make content, I often will go live because it's where, oddly, I'm the most comfortable. It's just got to do it. I mean, I do a lot of pre-recorded content, but I'm also, I have a lot of fun going live and doing live shows. So I thought, you know what, I should work on this and make it a little spiffier. So yeah, let me know what you think about it. If you watch, or if you watch the replay, check it out. Let me know what you think. I'll show you some of the scenes that I have set up and some of the elements that we have set up. So when I say we, I mean me and my beautiful wife, because she is a graphic designer and she just saw me on the struggle bus trying to figure out what do I want this thing to look like and how do I brand it and all that fun stuff. She is a superstar. I got Steve, which I know this is not Steve. But let me pull in a comment and see where it goes here, because this is something I have not worked on, and that is looking terrible. So let me figure out why that is looking terrible. This is what I'm doing. Thank you. Bring that back in here. Let me let me try to fix this. And I think I can actually do like a spot where this will kind of auto populate. So I might try to add it as well. Now let me see what this looks like. Boom! There's the chuckle. There's that chuckle. All right. And then maybe I'll put these here. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Let's see. Here we go. Billy, you're a streaming madman, says my friend Matt Haas. Matt, so I am setting up I got this new, so this little guy here, which is me. My wife designed this. This is not some AI baloney. Okay, this is real graphic designer talent from my wife. She spent a lot of time illustrating my big dumb head, and so that's a lot of fun that we now have that. And so anyway, so she put that together. She put these lower thirds together, and I sent her some shapes and things that I liked. And I was like, "Can you just build me kind of a lower third package?" And then I took Loria Petrucci. She has a live streaming pros, so I actually bought an ECAMM kind of set up from there with all the multiple scenes already set up, and I can just modify. So I'm still kind of working on it, still kind of tweaking it, but that is about it. Matt Haas says, "How many meme sounds do you have?" Matt, I gotta figure out. There we go. Maybe these comments look the best there. I might even try to do. I don't know what that thing is called. What's that thing called on the side here, where I could like put it on the side and it just pops up? There's like a placement or something. I can't remember. Yeah, Steve is Scott. So if we say Steve, we mean Scott. He's going top secret tonight. Doesn't want anyone to know where he's at. If you hear a dog in the background, that's my dog Sparkles. She's gonna get a Sparkles cam eventually. We are working on it, so I had to purchase a. Speaking of live streaming, I had to purchase a new um, I don't even know what it is. It's like some kind of video card. So it's called a Deck Link. It's by Black Magic, I think. Costs about 650 freaking dollars. I know that, and that's just for the card. I'm a Mac user, so I can't divvy up. I can't take this thing apart and put a video card in there. So now I have to buy another piece, which was another three. I don't know. I'm about almost $1,000 into what's coming, but I should be able to run all my cameras into it, or all my HDMI cameras, which I have three, and then I will open up some stuff for my other camera that would be USB. But anyhow, I'm able to hopefully do that. What's up? Oh, what's up, my friend Amy Fuller? Hope you've been doing well. I've been missing you on our calls over in our Dealmaker community. And by the way, if you're watching, you're not a part of the Dealmakers community, you can go to billythorpe.live and check that out. I just call them an overlay. Yeah, but there is like a preset overlay. What is it called? It's called some. I was watching someone's video, and And hold on, it's in the overlay thing. You know what? I should do live demo mode, but I'm not really sure where it's gonna show up. Let me I'm not sure where it's gonna show up. Hold on, I might do that in a minute. I don't I don't want Matt to see my mess, okay? Matt is a planner. He probably has everything organized and it's probably like color coded and alphabetized. And I just thrown up ideas all over my ECAMM setup here. So let's see. Wait, is this more happening on Facebook? This is happening on Facebook. This is happening on YouTube. This is happening. I think that's it. I think that's the only two places I have it going to right now. But normally, yes, just those two places. And soon it will be happening on YouTube, both vertical and horizontal. Excited about that. Can't talk too much about it. That was an ECAMM camp exclusive. Actually, I don't know. I think we can talk about it. There's no way they told us about it and then be like, hush, hush, can't tell anybody because we're all content creators. That's all we do. We talk. Like, that's it. So yeah, I'm excited about that. But let me show you around a little bit because I am nerding around with a new live stream show set up. And the reason I did this was because I was at Creator Camp and our friend Brandon Washington was talking about the importance of just like guiding your audience, especially your live audience, around while you're kind of talking about different topics and different subjects. And so he was, showing us where he put a lower third in, much like a news channel. So if you ever pop on the news, no matter if they're talking, if they're unmiked or the volume's off, you always know what they're talking about. And it was just like a duh moment for me when I'm like, duh, like that makes so much more sense. And that keeps people who jump into the chat late, or the comments or the replay, it can kind of help guide them through that. So, and also the little scrolly ticker, which I just like it because I don't really have a lot of motion stuff going in. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. I'm just messing around, and it's really kind of a little creative project. I'm missing the calls too, but I'm looking forward to the next one. That's what I'm talking about, Amy. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. And Matt, I'm going to try to put one of these things in here that I'm talking about because I know it is a thing. So let me find my little scenes. Let me find my little scenes overlays. Where? Hold on a second. Where the freak are they? This is why I don't do. Oh, here they are. This is why I don't do anything. Yeah, Dill Billy News Corp. Yeah, so that was another thing. Like this little face originally was connected to like this Dill Billy thing that I was doing over on Amazon, and then I thought, why am I making this so complicated? I should just do everything under Billy Thorpe, a personal brand, and just go that route. And so that's kind of the transition I'm making. But I did love the little face, even though it might be too it's too much of me, too many faces of mine and then my name too many times. I get it. When people ask me for my email, I'm like, it has my name in there a couple times, and I always make the joke without fail. I tried to get in there one more time, but I just couldn't. So anyway, yeah, if you see it too much, but let me try one thing here. So I think this was called. No, what was this called? There's like a something or another here. Where? Oh, come on. It was like a particular thing that you could add. I think it was like a placeholder. What is it called? What is it called in Ecamm? It's like a placeholder. So when I bring in a um a chat here, that it would like. I know it's the thing. I know because I had it and then I got rid of it. But now I don't know how to bring it back. Anyway, let me show you guys some scenes I got set up here so you can take a look. Let me know what your feedback is. I am not a live show designer by any stretch of the imagination. I have done a lot of podcasting in Ecamm. I've built a lot of shows in Ecamm. And so I'm just messing around, but I want to keep it super simple because if you know me, that's how I am. I'm just pretty basic. Not very exciting. Actually went to go buy a hat today at the store and the guy's like showing me all these really cool hats. I'm like, man, these are just too much for me. Like, I'm just a pretty boring guy. Okay, so first of all, we have this camera here. So this is just my front cam, and I have several different lower thirds that I can choose from, and I might show some of those here in a minute. But then let me show you my next scene. So this is a scene here where I can do a screen share. So I'm just like sharing my secondary screen. And this is my friend Loria. So she is doing a video and I can play this video,
grab an
and maybe I
iPad
could do
prompter for
a
less, but
reaction,
just don't.
video or whatever if
Those
I wanted
Bluetooth
to, that same way.
setups, they
And you should be
lag,
able to
they
hear her
disconnect at
through
all the
this.
wrong
I'm not
moments.
sure. Let's see. Oh, okay, cool. Matt says he's got to jump off. He's rock and rolling on another channel going live. But anyway, this is Loria, and she's talking about the Elgato Teleprompter XL.
And they just
She's saying, is it too big? Is it too expensive? All those fun things. And so I really was looking at one of those. I think it's too big for my setup because it is the size of my laptop. So I'm like, I probably don't need that. So anyway, so that is that shot. And then if I have guests on, so if I have one guest, here will just be this one guest shot here. And then if I have another guest or the same guest, just different proportions, I could do that shot. And then if I have two guests on, then I can have the guests here, and you see I get their little nameplates. And then if I have, three guests, it's just a different, two guests, three guests, and then a little different look for three guests. And then I also have this other shot here. So I put this as the pick of the week. So this is my product pick of the week, and this is my retro game console or stick, is what they call it. So it's got 40,000 plus games on there. So if I want to do like a pick of the week or topic of the week or whatever, I can show, obviously, you know what I'm talking about, wherever it is, right here across the bottom. But this thing is pretty cool, especially if you grew up in the 90s or maybe even the 80s as well. There's a ton of games on here. It says 30,000 on the box, it says 40 something thousand inside of the console. And it's pretty funny because you just plug this stick in HDMI, and then you got to run a USB power cable, which typically will probably just plug right in the back of your TV. And then it has these little controllers that look exactly like a PlayStation controller, and then you can toggle through and play a bunch of different games. Now, it is kind of funny because it looks like all pixelated, obviously, because I'm on a newer TV playing some retro games, but it is a lot of fun. So awesome. What is up, Paul? Good to see you, Paul. Thanks for jumping in. Thanks for hanging out. So I'm just kind of toying around, messing with this new live show layout, and then I have I have the top down. This is always just going to be here. And once again, I could throw in some lower thirds there if I wanted to. And then I have an ending scene, which if you watch all the way through, you'll see that. So let me see if I can show you guys some more. I don't know if I have all the lower thirds um, populated, but this is what I like about ECAMM. So I can just drag and drop lower thirds right into here. So let me go find where I saved those because I did organize them. Let's see. Okay, so I have my main lower third, and then I have a short lower third. So let me show this if I can find it. So yeah, this is a little shorty right there. So if I want to put something short or maybe just like a name tag or something like that, I can do that. And then I also have a lower third with no logo. So it's just got the little top green piece, the in the big section there. Let's see what else do I have. And let's see. And I think I have a no logo short. So you can see where I'm just doing little variations of these things. And here's the cool thing about ECAMM is you can actually build all this inside of ECAMM. You can't really do like the custom shapes and stuff that I don't think anyway. I couldn't figure out how to. So you can do like rounded corners and whatever. But um so that's that. And then I think I just have a long, yeah, here we go. And then I just have the lower third with nothing on it. And then I have another short one of those, which you kind of get the idea. So anyway, that's what I'm working with. And then I'm also trying to figure out for some reason on this video, sorry, Loria, I think on this shot, yeah, I have the little ticker, but for some reason I couldn't get the ticker to copy and paste over here, which I'm not really sure why that is. I know somebody probably knows. So if you know, this is what I do. I just do a live show and ask you guys a bunch of questions about how do I set up stuff in Ecamm, because for the last 3 years, I really haven't used Ecamm that much. Hey, there it goes. Now it'll copy and paste. Interesting. So let's do that on all the scenes. Okay, now it's working. All right. Earlier it wasn't working, I promise. Maybe I had it locked or something weird. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this on all the scenes because I want it on all of them and I want to see if it works. Okay, that one's a little bit close, but I can mess with it later. And that's the cool thing about ECAMM as well. It's like I can take all these cameras, I have them linked up, so I can just move them around the way I want to. So anyway, yeah, it's kind of fun, and that's true. Yeah, so it says lots of variety of shots keeps them watching. Yeah, so I think that's true. I think it's a lot of variety of shots. There's this little ticker thing that's always kind of moving, always catching your eye. And somewhere I actually had, I don't know what I did with it. Uh, Maybe I don't have it in there anymore. I actually had, oh no, maybe not on this scene because I have my logo. Anyway, I have it on the other scenes. I think I have a little logo up here too. So I'm trying to figure out how to make that like do some kind of circular motion or spin or something just to, keep people's attention, keep them engaged. Um, and so yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just working on live show stuff, really as a creative project, but then also just when I do go live and I do have people watching, they go like, "Oh, cool, we know what the heck you're talking about." And then I can actually put this in preview mode, and I think let me test this because I never really just like mess around with this stuff. Now let's see. Now this is a new subject. Let me see how this works. All right, so I'm going to save this. Oh, sweet. Now I'm going to publish this, and I think, yeah. So now this should say, which I didn't move in the right spot. This is a new subject. Cool. Which I would probably preset some of those things up. But anyway, um, yeah, there you go. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm that's what I'm rocking and rolling on. And I'll probably add some more lower thirds and stuff, but cool. Well, let me know in the chat if you are watching, if you are sorry, if you will live stream, let me know and drop your channel so I can check it out. And if you guys are interested in that teleprompter, once again, go check out my friend Loria. She does a great
Just
job
make you wanna throw your rig out the window. It is an annoying process
explaining
to
the new
go through.
teleprompter, and it's an Elgato teleprompter, which I have. I have the small one. Let me see if she actually has a screenshot here of the small one. Yeah, here we go. So she has the small one versus the big one. So I think the small one is like a 9-inch, and then the big one is like 15.6 inches. So it's basically the same size as my laptop, which it would just take up a huge amount of space in my studio. And then also you need another like tripod and stuff like that. But anyway, Loria, just since I have her up here and I'm using her video as a sample just for my scene, she does all kinds of live streaming, coaching, and consulting in studio setups, and she works with some of the top creators in the world, and she's been doing it for a very, very long time. So if you don't follow live streaming pros, go check her out. She spoke at eCamm's Creator Camp and blew us all away. She was actually doing what I'm doing on these scenes. She had a camera that was following her around. She had a little Ozbot that was following her around, and she was like in the scenes while she was changing scenes on the screen on the projector, which was just amazing. I mean, it was just really awesome, cool, awesome creative project. So or presentation. 50 presets for 10 minutes. What do you mean by that? What do you mean? I don't know what that means. And while you're talking about presets, I'm going to go in here and see if I can find that. What is that thing? What is that thing called? I know there's something where I can like put a placement on my screen for, I think. Let me see. Oh, it might be in, no. I don't know. What's her channel? Her channel is Live Streaming Pros. Actually, let me do yeah, Live Streaming Pros.
I built this video
I don't
studio
know how to
background,
share
and
it,
it gets
but
compliments
oh, I guess that was just playing the audio through there. Yeah, let me see if I can find it. And oh, okay, so here we go. I'm gonna go in the preview mode, and I'm gonna actually change this live. So then maybe I'll actually, which I would never probably do this live unless I just wanted to share it this way, but here we go. Cool. Here we go. Publish. I almost hit finish. That would have not been good. There you go. So at live streaming pros. That's what we're chatting about. Cool. Following. Okay, cool. There's one more thing there's like this placeholder. I don't know what the heck it's called. Hold on, I'm gonna Google. What am I doing? Holder for comment. Okay. Yeah, and thanks for hanging out. I'm just hanging. So you guys, let's see, what is this thing called? Okay, hold on. Overlays menu. Here we go. New. Oh, what is it called? New share overlay, shape overlay, countdown text box overlay? No. Hold on. Add a placeholder comment overlay. All right, let me find this. Overlays. Maybe I have to do it. Go to overlays menu, select add placeholder comment. What? I don't see that as an option, but you know what? It might be because I'm already no, here it is. Boom. Okay, there it is. Oh, so this is kind of basically what I already did. All right, hold on a second. Bring this back up. Okay, and then I have this. Okay, here we go. Oh, okay. So maybe I already did this, like, kind of manually. I thought it was gonna be something else. Okay, let me try that. Now let me just pop somebody else's following now. What's their channel? Okay, I get it. Yeah. Okay, so that's basically what I did anyway. But now I can preset it before the live. All right, perfect. There we go. Which I actually think I liked it better down here. Maybe. And it make the little avatar bigger. Here we go. There we go. We'll figure it out. Who cares about comments? I'll just move them around. Actually, I think I liked it better there. Maybe this is my problem. This is my problem. Let me see the screen. Trying to be decisive, Billy. Come on, you can do it. Let me find a long one. Anybody leave me a really long one? No. Okay, let's see. All right, I'll make it shorter then. Seems like the average text wasn't that long. All right, there we go. Maybe I like that look better. That way it's not all stacked up and actually kind of stands out a little bit. Can I edit this? Okay, so I can edit the background color. All right. You guys are like, how long have you been an ECAMM customer? For a long time. For like 6 years. But I just don't use ECAMM the way that most people use it, which is too funny. Like I just don't use it like that. So but now I'm just setting up my show. All right, let's see what this looks like now. Hey, there we go. That looks okay. That'll work. That'll work. Perfect. I'll decide later how much I like it. I wish you could remove that avatar. Oh, that's kind of cool though. Yeah, cool. All right, whatever. I'm just gonna leave it there. Done. There we go. And I think I have those set to go away in 10 seconds. This comment is disruptive. There we go. You guys are troopers for hanging with me. I appreciate you. And it's like people in the mastermind groups. I really appreciate that. And there's actually a new way for me to go live in the mastermind group, which I'm going to um, test that out. So let me actually jump into preview mode here. And then I'm trying to like jump into preview mode. That way I'm not making live changes on the screen. Obviously, I try not to do any of this live and have it all pre-set up. But if you are interested in the mastermind group, it's now free. So you can go check it out at billythorpe.live if you're watching the replay or whatnot. So cool. Awesome. Well, I think this looks good. Let me know what you think. If it's too much, if it looks good, I think it works. So I might tweak some more scenes, add some more lower thirds. But this is my favorite shot still. This is my favorite. And so for anybody watching that does product demo videos, this was a product shot that I saw Brandon Washington doing, and he actually had like probably something like a light, and he was like showing the button on it, and I just thought, man, that looked really slick. So that's why I added this shot in there, and I've been using it all week. And I'm about to reroute all this stuff. And once I get that new piece of equipment in about 5 days from now, and I'll reroute it all. But yeah, this is kind of fun. And then Amazon Live. I don't know with Amazon Live that I would put any of this on this screen, so I would probably just do a very blank canvas over there. But if you are live streaming to other places, live selling, it could be you could like really load this up if you didn't want to pay for software because there is software that you can really like load up. And actually, I'll show you guys that. Oh yeah, because I want to answer a couple of comments that came in on Instagram. So let me see. I think I had. I think I had a couple people do a poll or a question. Yeah, here we go. Somebody says, "When can I join your group?" Immediately for free. Um, so I'll reply to these on Instagram. And then somebody said, "What's your favorite platform currently?" And I was talking about like live selling or shoppable content. And so I used to live sell like a lot on Whatnot, and it was a lot of fun. Whatnot is a pretty fun place. However, now that I live in Puerto Rico, I'm not really sure about the shipping. I actually need to test it. But one thing that you could do is if you didn't want to, live stream on a different platform, and then Amazon's fine, like it's okay, but I'm not doing a lot of lives over there. And then Whatnot for selling my own product has been good, but recently I came across this company, which is Vimy.net, and these guys actually have a Shopify plugin. And the cool thing is, like, they kind of price it by like small, medium, and large, like audience size, like unique visitors per month. I don't really know that much about web stuff, so I don't really, exactly know how to tell people what to get, but it seems like a 50 to 500 would be probably pretty good for most people, depending on how big your email list is and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, you can go through and create a storefront basically on your own Shopify website. So any videos or any product you have on your storefront, you can have shoppable content just like on Amazon or TikTok Shop. And then you can post, here like 120 videos a month, 540 minutes of live streaming, which is quite a bit of time. So they have really good plans for you to be able to do that. And the cool thing about this company is you can load in. I don't think I have the login, but you can actually load in all your own products in the back dashboard. And you can also load in like affiliate links. So if it was doing an affiliate link, an affiliate show, and I just wanted to drive traffic to Amazon, I could load in like whatever product. So if I, was charging a brand, I just noticed my hair light was off. Let me see if it. There we go. Now that makes me look even better. Okay. Anyway, so anyway, you could like do an affiliate show where you're just driving traffic to affiliate links. Obviously, you sell your own products, send people to your own store, send people to other people's store. So then you could be like going live on your platforms and just sending people. Maybe it's not an affiliate relationship, but maybe they just go, hey, you know what? You really know our product well. We want to send you a dozen of them, and we want you to go live and push people to our store. That you could do that. You could go live on their store. You could go live on their social feeds and all that stuff. And this company helps you manage all of that stuff, which is pretty sick. So if I had to have a favorite thing, I'd probably use these guys. I still use ECAMM and push into here because these guys are great at the organization part of all the products and the QR code. So it automatically populates like a QR code that would like pop up like in the corner, and they have a little picture, whatever picture you loaded on the product. And then on certain platforms like YouTube, it would actually auto dump a link into the chat. So if you are live selling and you're going, "Hey, I got this game stick for sale," blah 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 blah, and people are and you're multi-streaming, watching, somebody's watching on YouTube, they could watch that and then click the link, scan the code, whatever, and end up on your website. So this would probably be my favorite place to stream if I had to. Um, if I had to pick, I would probably say I think there's more opportunities with using this type of software. So, yeah, there you go. That's the questions answered. If you want to know more, get into this mastermind group. Steve, which is not Steve, Steve, not Steve, said, "Hey, there's a lot of insight here. I appreciate that. I'm gonna change the background to this. I don't like all this green. Oh, shucks. Wait, I think I can do it. I'm learning so much just by getting in here. This is sometimes what you have to do as well. Like, you just got to get in here and you just got to go live and you just got to mess around. And there's nobody that's going to beat you up because you're not all professional and prepared. Now, if you're charging somebody to produce their live show, yeah, you're going to figure it out. But this is me going live, figuring it out, and not worrying about it. So there we go. I'm just figuring out what I like live. But now I have these comments here. Good night, guys. Bedtime here. Yep, same here. I'm about to dip. So appreciate everybody jumping on. If you're watching live, if you're watching the replay, put hashtag team replay in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. And really appreciate everyone jumping on. And hopefully now that I have my live show somewhat sorted, I will be more motivated to go live in style. But yeah, it's like a website, I think. I think like building the live show is kind of like a website. It's like it's never really done. Same thing with the studio. Like I have a live streaming studio. I just added a piece of gear to hold up my laptop. I just had, I just ordered. Talk soon, Amy. See you. Thanks for jumping in. I just ordered that capture card to basically capture multiple cameras to keep the workload off of my computer. I changed out this little softbox light that I have now. It used to be like a tube light that really wasn't designed to do what I was doing with it. But you just kind of morph. Like when you're doing this type of work, it's never really completed. It's always just moving, right? It's like always just tweaking, moving stuff, tweaking this, tweaking that, getting the look you want, getting the feel you want. And then about the time that you're like, yeah, this is what I want, then you want something else. Then you want to do something else. Then you want to create a different type of content. But the beautiful thing about it is you are building a skill set every time that you practice, every time that you hit go live, every time that you hit record, every time that you just show up, you are one step ahead of where you were. And that is what I've done for the last 5 years to really build a business that is a full time income, part time hours, and the ability to create the lifestyle that I want. It was just going live, it was just hitting record, it was just trying it out and testing things out. So if you are interested in content creation as a business, I will say that, then you should join my mastermind group. I talk about this stuff a lot. I talk about leveraging your skill set, about, if you're a podcaster, YouTuber, content creator, video maker, whatever. I talk about all this kind of stuff in there. Now, it's primarily focused on shoppable content, live selling, that kind of industry, but there's a lot of takeaways for people who are in different places, different industries. So jump over there. It's free to join and become a part of the community. It's a deal makers community where I focus on helping other content creators monetize their skill set. All right, awesome. That's it. I'm done. I got in a whole rant after I said I was done, and I'm really done this time. And I have an end scene. So let me just see if I can make it work proper. I'll see you all later.